Hello, my name is Rick from Clarity Computer Service, and today I'd like to show you how to manage users in Small Business Server 2011. Specifically, I'd like to show you how to add users, reset their passwords, disable them, and remove them from your server. If you have a Small Business Server 2008 machine, you should be able to follow right along with us since the user interface between 2011 and 2008 is very similar. Now, the first thing you want to do, which I've already done here, is log into the server. And once you've done that, you can double click on the Windows SPS console icon right here on the desktop. Now, if you don't have the icon on your desktop, you can always just go down to Start, All Programs, Windows Small Business Server, and click on the Windows SPS console there. Now, once you're in the console, we're going to be managing users and groups today, so we'll go over into that tab. And as you can see, I have 3 users already set up, 1 network administrator, and 2 standard user accounts for John and Jane Doe. Now, to add a new user, I can come right over into the Tasks pane here and click on Add New User Account. And we're in the Add New User Account pane. So the first thing you want to do is enter the new user's first and last name. My user is named John Smith. And then you want to select their username. This is what the user will use to log into their computer in your network. And their email address, specifically their email address alias, which is the very first part of their email address. So in this case, it would be john@demo.com, for instance. The description and phone number fields here are optional, and so I'm going to leave them blank. But one of the most important fields is the user role field. Now, by default, you're going to have standard user, network administrator, and standard user with administrative links. For almost all scenarios, you're going to want to pick the standard user. And I definitely do not recommend using network administrator for any account that's going to be used from day to day. So go ahead and pick that. Now, when I hit the next button, you're going to notice I'm going to get an error. And the reason for that is because I'm trying to enter the username as John, when you can see right behind here, I already have a John Doe with a username of John. And so to fix that, I can just use this little drop down box and pick J. Smith instead. There are other options there, but first initial last name is pretty much industry standard. And if you get in a situation where you have 2 J. Smiths, usually what you'll do is, for instance, do J. Smith with the number 2 at the end, but we're not in that scenario quite yet, so I'll go ahead and remove that. And now when I hit next, I should be able to proceed. Now, if at all possible, you want to have the end user with you when you set up their account, and that's so that they can enter their own password. Now, if you cannot do that, what I recommend is setting up a temporary password, giving them that, and then asking them to change their password the first time they log in. You can enforce this with Active Directory extensions, but it's a more difficult process, and I won't go into that today. Alright, so now we can hit Add New User Account, and my new user, John Smith, is all set. Perfect. Now let's say, for instance, John Smith forgot what his password is. Very simple process. You just right click on him and then hit Reset User Account Password and enter a new password for him. Click OK and his password will be reset. Similarly, if he leaves the organization, my recommendation is to disable his account. Right click and disable user account. Now this will leave the account open to be reactivated, for instance, if you need to get access to that user's email, or if they end up coming back into the organization, you can just reactivate their account. And then when all is said and done, and usually I recommend about 30 days after they're out of your organization, you can come down, right click, and remove user from account. And that will wrap us up for today. Thank you very much, and I appreciate your time.